All right, check. And we are good. We are actually going to be good as soon as we start versus how it is that we usually have to do this thing where, and we are good. Yeah, that sounds good. Where we start and then we have to stop again because I have to get the audio working the right way. And we figured it out. We got it now. So that's great. And would like to check because oh wait, maybe that's an old thing. All right. No, it's not. Okay, great. Or maybe it is. I don't know. Oh, this is 7 minutes ago. Okay, great. Okay, great. Yeah, this is an old thing. All right, y'all. So we are here and we will be doing some edits for Reels today. And I'm excited because it's for a gym that I was put onto, and so now we are rolling. And actually, now that I am back over on Twitch, I can show this thing because we are still at our goal of 3. I mean, we are still at 3. Now we have 7 followers to go to hit that goal of 10 followers. And I know that we can do it. I am doing this for and solely for the video editors out there in the world. And I appreciate you for being here. Really glad that you could join me. And so let us get rolling. Let me put this down. And I think I already have Premiere Pro up, don't I? Don't I already have Premiere Pro up? Yeah, I do. Okay, great. So let me move my OBS screen over there. Hello, y'all. I am Jonathan Smith. I'm really glad that we are here today. And so, like I said, let's go ahead and get started. Hopefully your day has been great. It's Wednesday, August 21st. No, it's almost September. The leaves are going to start turning pretty soon, and that's exciting. Very exciting. But you all aren't here to hear about the obvious things. Let's get started into our stream subject for the day, which is Premiere Pro. Oh, you all can see my controls. Okay, there we go. So I'm going to go ahead and open up. Is this the right project? It is. Now let me figure out what's happening here. Okay, because I think I know what's actually happening. I think I know what's actually happening here. But let me be 100% sure. I think what I need to do is to go here and then go into Johnny D. Smitty Productions, Fit Evolution. There it is. And there's my project. Great. Okay, y'all. So we're rolling now. Which means that, uh-oh, what's going on here? Gotta locate a proxy. Which one is this? This is, make sure I'm in the right folder. I am. This is this proxy, which actually I discovered I can actually delete these things. I can delete this one because this was just, we were talking about nothing actually. So I can delete that, and then I can go into this one's folder and delete these things. Y'all, when I am making a project, when I'm doing a project, I like my project to be as organized as possible, which means I'm deleting all the extra things that I don't really need and just cleaning up the look of things. It's so important to just stay organized. That way, if you have to change anything around, you can easily find it. You can eliminate all that searching and stuff like that. Just the things that just really make or really slow down your process. So what I'm doing right now is looking for the duration because there are two clips in here that I don't really need, like these two. I think it's these two. Delete both of these because this was just, I was just getting levels on his mic. Does it show me the duration of these? Oh, here it is. Okay. Yeah, these two can be deleted. And actually, I can go into the this shouldn't be anywhere. No, not yet. Okay, wait. It's saying that something there is in a sequence somewhere, but I don't know. Is it here? Let's see. Oh, it might be. Yeah, okay, it is. It is here. Okay, so because that is like that, what I can do is instead of deleting the two things that I was going to delete, instead I'll just do the one. I'll just delete one thing, and that way I won't be messing up what's already in my sequences like this. Right, there we go. Okay, so now I have the things that, or I have the clips that are actually being used. Or is there another extra one here? I feel like there is, but I'm not. I don't think we're using this one anywhere, actually. Let's see. Yep, right. Okay, great. So now everything that we're actually using is here. And so I think I'll go ahead and actually go into my drive and delete those files because if I don't need them, y'all, I'm going to delete them. That way I'm not taking up extra room in my drives. And even though it's like a 12 terabyte drive, hey, look, every terabyte I can get, I will it's the one that actually is being used, I believe. So yes. Okay, so let's delete this one. I don't need it. Here's a proxy of this one. Don't need it. And okay. So I don't think I need this proxy. I don't. Let's go ahead and delete it. And I think that's everything. So now that we have a nice, clean, and ready project, we can get, oh boy. What did I miss? I don't even see these things. It's saying that they're here, but I don't see them anywhere. 19, maybe it's just because they were in the project, but they're not actually in the project anymore. Because I'm not seeing anything that's missing any media. So let's go ahead and keep going. Because I'm pretty sure, oh, you know what it is? I have this file open, and this file does still have those things in it. And I can delete this. I can delete that. And I think it was this one that I could delete. Yeah, this one. So let's delete that as well. And actually, I'll open this back up to go to this project folder, if I can find it quickly. Evolution, interview, audio. I think that was one. Yep, there it is. Delete. Okay, great. So now that those things are like that, let's go ahead and close this. Actually, I'll go ahead and save it just in case for whatever reason. I'll go ahead and close this project. And now we are editing on this one and this one only. This is the one we want to be editing on. Okay. So let's engage our multicam sequence. We're off. Right. That's intentional. Okay. So we definitely need to start on 2 if we have an answer that we'd like to use.
My name is Daryl Jones, founder of Evolve Performance at Fit Evolution training facility in Piedmont Avenue.
Okay, so y'all, the big question is always why do we shoot things in our horizontal mode, as people call it, but it's actually landscape, right? In that mode versus in vertical. Like if you're doing a lot of content that's going to be reels and things like that, why are you shooting it the way you're shooting it instead of just shooting it in the way that you'll see it on the phone? Well, that's because a lot of the time the products that we do, the videos that we make, we want to give our clients as much flexibility as possible. If they want to post it on YouTube, then we can give them that flexibility. If they want to use it on their website or as a landing page video, we want to give them that flexibility. So I shoot my videos in landscape mode to give them that flexibility. Why? Let's pop on over to Premiere Pro and I will show you why that comes in handy. And the reason, something's happening here. Okay, let's refresh this. I actually like it when this thing moves. It's really cool. There we go. And the reason why we do that is because as we've gone over in some previous live streams, we can always modify our sequence settings. So what I'll do is, since this is the timeline that I'll use for the horizontal version, right? The landscape version. Since this is the timeline that I'll use, now label it, I'll rename it as sequence landscape. And I can duplicate it, and everything that's in the sequence already is just going to come straight over to what's already here. And I'll rename it as sequence. I can say reels / portrait mode. Because if you're going to be editing and working with your clients and things like that, you can use some terminology. Make sure they know that in for real, what we call it is portrait mode and landscape mode. So I guess I should actually put what do we say? What do we call it? Horizontal mode. In photography, we call it landscape. But so now that I've duplicated it, I will now open up. I'll close both of these sequences to make sure that I'm not editing in the wrong one. So I'll close both of those that I already had open and open up the reels / portrait mode sequence that I want to be editing on. I will work from this sequence for everything that I want to do as it relates to creating those short form content reels. So this will be the one that I pull from, which means that now that I have this one, and I will go ahead and change up my sequence settings, and the reels frame size, normally it's 1920 by 1080. To make a reel, you just flip it over, 1080 by 1920. And now you've got yourself a timeline. Actually, I can go ahead and switch it up because Premiere has created a a layout already for vertical video. And so now we have what it will look like as a reel, in vertical mode, right? And so now that we have that reel, that form of that reel, now we have our sequence laid out the way that we want it to be. Now I can go ahead and duplicate from here. And this is how I'll make my edits. So I'll duplicate and I will say something like, or actually before I duplicate, I want to put on some recurring things that I will use in the reel. Kind of like I always start off with my overlay. And so I'll bring that into my project. Let's see. Where is my overlay? I keep that handy dandy. Downloads. I think I have it in my downloads. There it is. And so let's go ahead and just lay this over everything. And these are those borders that I was talking about the last time when I did my last Reels tutorial. These are those borders. I just stay in these lines. This is the red box is what they'll see in the feed. If they don't actually click on the reel, this is what they'll see in the feed. The orange or yellow, however you see it, is what they'll see before, if they're inside of your profile. This is what they'll see as a preview. And then you have the blue box, which is just the safe zone for text and important content. And you're off to the races. So this is how it looks. I just hit the fit bar. So now you can see all of it. So this is how it'll look. Okay. Now I shot everything in 4K. And why having these things set up like this is because now you can actually go in and adjust those cameras to make everything fit the way that you'd like it to fit. Which means that I also want to go in and change. So since I already have my multicam sequence set up, I want to create a multicam sequence specifically for my reels, because I would actually need to go in there and adjust the cameras in a way that will help all the content that I want to be in the boxes fit the way that they should. You can't actually make those adjustments here, like on this main timeline, because all you'll see is it'll just do this. It'll just do like this. Instead, what you want to do is actually go in there and set it the way you want it to be. Actually, within the sequence with the source cams, like this. And that way you don't have to adjust every single frame and edit that you do. Just a little hack. Now let's go ahead and duplicate this. And I will call this one multicam for reels, or something like that. Multicam for reels. And this one I will make multicam for landscape. Okay. So right now in my reels / portrait mode sequence, I have my multicam for landscape in there, and I don't want that. I want to replace that with the one for the reels. This one. Great. And so it's the one I'll be using going forward. Terrific. All right, so let's go ahead and get started, y'all. So, but you see how even before we even get started, before we make any adjustments, I have the final product in mind while I am shooting. And again, this is for video editors. This isn't for the cinematographers or the videographers out there. It's for the video editors. But if you're like me and you are also the videographer, you can shoot with the edit in mind. That way you don't have to make too many adjustments. So like right now, when I was framing him in my camera, I framed him centered and I framed him kind of further out. That way when we do the portrait mode, I could still kind of have his full body in the frame when we're doing reels. And I thought about that before we actually got started, just to make things easier on me when we started actually doing the edits. You want to make these things as simple and easy as possible for yourself, because you are the one who has to do the work. You are the one who has to do the edits. So make those things as easy as possible for yourself before you even get rolling. So now that we've got that established, we can go ahead and get started into our edit. So you see right now, like, so this is our A cam. This is our B cam. And this works, but I feel like I will want, and he definitely leans forward and he leans back throughout the course of the interview. So you want to give him a little bit of wiggle room, but I can tell right now that he's pretty centered. And I would actually prefer if his body was more in this portion of the frame. So I want his eyes to be over here actually. So what I'll do is I will go into that multicam for real sequence. Like this. And I will make those adjustments in this sequence. Reason why I do that is because if I make the adjustments in the on the multicam sequence inside of the sequence that I'm actually editing in, that adjustment that you make to one clip will be applied to every clip that follows after that. And you may not want it to be like that. You may just want that adjustment to be made for that moment. Like let's say he shifts a little bit, you may want to make it for that moment. And you don't want to have to adjust every single one that follows. So by doing it actually in the source feed or the source sequence, you can just eliminate all of that burden. So let's go back here. So like I said, this is our A cam. And so I just want to slide this over to the right just a bit. That way his eyes are actually more in the, so let's go ahead and put up some, that way his eyes are more so in the area that we'd like. So let's slide this over just a bit. And if you have, if some black comes into the frame while you're making these adjustments, remember that's perfectly fine, because you're editing on your real sequence. So you won't be able to see all of this over here anyway. You'll only be able to see what's happening within like this box here in reality. And actually to make it, I'm not going to do that because that would complicate it a little bit. But to make it even more real, you'll actually only be able to see this. Just for reference, you'll only be able to see what's happening here. So while you're making your adjustment, if you have a layover kind of like this, a graphic like this, you can use it just to get your layouts the way that you want them to be. And I think having it like this will look good. It's about in the area that I'd like. him to be in. Looks good there. He leans back a little bit, but that's fine though. Where he leans back there, that's fine. So let's move it just a little bit more. Yeah, that'll be fine. Having everything there, that's great. And now something that I'm seeing, I may actually want to bring him down just a little bit because this is the box that we'll be able to see. Let me zoom in on it a little bit. This is the box that we'll be able to see in the feed or in the preview. And odds are I'll probably make thumbnails of all of these things, so I'll reframe them a little bit. But let's say I don't want to do all of that. I may like move him down just a little bit more, and I may do that anyway, just because, well, nah, I think this will be fine because the red is what they'll see if they don't actually click on the reel. So everything, all of his body is inside of that. His head is, and it's in a good space. So let's go back here and see if it's making sense so far. And it is. So that looks good. And so now we can go ahead and take off these safe margins, hide this one, and that looks good. So let's keep rolling. We are moving right along the way that we like. It's actually kind of blowing my mind that you actually cannot see this overlay, which is pretty cool. But oh, maybe it's because I haven't gotten to that portion of the, or I'm not in that portion of the interview. It's actually kind of weird. I don't know. Oh, wait, that's because it's a multicam sequence. So it's probably being referred to as a camera. Let's see. Yep, there it is. That's funny. That's really funny. But yeah, cool, great. So yeah, we can hide, or we can delete this. So that looks good. I like where he is in the frame here, like this. So let's go ahead and bring it back like that. It's a little further over than I'd actually like. So let's bring him just over just slightly. Let's bring him over just a little more, just a little more. A hair. Yeah, that'll be good.
It's contagious.
Now he's got some space. Now he's got some space to move around. Everything's still good. Let's give him just a little bit more room though. Bring him over just a little more. When you get it right, you'll feel it. Like that looks good. It looks like he's not too crowded. He's not too close to the edge. He's not too far to the left, not too far to the right. Eyes are in a good spot.
That can get in their head and make them think that all the work they're putting in is.
And it looks good. So now let's see how we're looking.
It's not worth it.
Now I'm wondering if we would like to move him, if we'd like to scale this down just a little bit. It's the beautiful part of shooting in 4K and then moving your clips to be in a 1920 by 1080 sequence, because you have a lot of room to wiggle.
Or they can just think that, maybe I'm not working hard enough when they actually are. And it's hard to convince somebody or talk them back into.
And let's move him up just slightly. Actually, I might like this positioning here. Let's see.
Being highly motivated and feeling great.
And okay, so that's cool there. Now let's check out this one. Let's see what we're looking like on camera too.
When they've been discouraged from a small number that really that
There's a thing hanging up here, and I'm kind of mad about that. Wondering if I want to actually do a little work to eliminate that, like a little mask, because it's not like it won't move. The lighting shifts a little bit. But let's see if I can apply just a quick mask to this thing. Um, and actually, that I would have to do like some photoshopping and whatnot, but maybe not. Let's see what we can do. Let's find our effects. Where are our effects? What am I trying to do we have a I very rarely ever do this, like an object remove tool. I know there is, but I'm not trying to do anything that's too CPU intensive. Um, let's see. No, no. I could blur it. And because I've done this before, but what I actually had to do was take a frame and then replace it and do all this like stuff in Photoshop, which is probably what I would have to do here. But if there's a better way, a faster way, an easier way, then I will do that. So let's see. Um, yeah, what I did before was I did a I took a picture of it basically. I just exported a frame and then dragged that frame up, and then in the spot where there was a where that thing was, that where it was, I just moved it out and then just did a what am I trying to say? Did a oh my gosh, I'm forgetting my words. Um, I was about to say a key around it, but no, that's not what it was. Um, boy, now I'm forgetting, but I know what I'm trying to say here, and I just cannot remember what the word is. Let's work our memory, but in the meantime, between time, let's see if I can just do this quickly. Because fortunately, it's not like this thing is going to be moving or anything like that. Right, a mask. That's the word we were going for, a mask. It's wild. And let's see. Now let's see. An opacity mask. That's not exactly what it is that we're going for or anything like that. Yeah. And I know I can do it. I'm wondering if I want to do that though. Might just leave it there. This looks like he has something on top of his head. Just a little like annoying, but let's see. And that's on camera one, right? We're looking at camera one right now. Yeah, that's not camera two. Nope, not camera two. Okay. All right, but let's see how camera two looks. Let's go to camera two right now. I like where he is on camera two, actually. That's a smooth transition. It feels good. It's not too jarring. It's just moving in closer to his face. That's cool. Yeah, I like those. I like how I like where these are right now. And when we apply some captions, they'll be in this section here. So nothing will be hitting him. We'll have like single word captions, like as he's talking and things like that. So, yeah. uh, and uh, and so let's go ahead and actually, so now that we've gotten all of our framing things done, let's go ahead and actually get started on the actual edit of this reel. So this whole thing was a brand video, but of course, when you're shooting a brand video, you can take the content from the brand video and make it so many other things. It's called repurposing. And so right now I want this first reel to be kind of like an introduction to who he is and what it is that he's done. And so let's go ahead and actually get started on that part where he's talking about his background and things. So I'm going to go off of my list of questions. And if I go off of my list of questions, I can easily find, shout out to the text tab in Premiere Pro. That makes editing so much faster. If you don't utilize the text-based editing feature in Premiere Pro, you're really missing out. It can speed up your edits like nobody's business. I'm trying to tell you. So, okay. So let's do. I'd like to start off with the personal motivation aspect of this. So I'm going to type in personal motivation. Or I'll just type in personal. And we found it. Here it is. Okay.
Well, I mean, physically, I've been up and down, right? I played football for 17 years, ran track. I was the 20th fastest sprinter in California in high school. I was all-state running back in high school. Played basketball, college, played Canadian Football League. So my body is actually really banged up. I have a lot of wear and tear in my body. I remember when I stopped playing football after 17 years, I said, I don't want to work out for a year because I spent the majority of my life being forced to train, right? 6 in the morning. So I just said, I just want to feel what it feels like to not have to. And probably about 6 months in, I started having extreme knee pain. It hurt to walk upstairs. I couldn't turn my head. My neck was stiff and inflamed. I experienced pain that I had never experienced, and it was the wear and tear of just the contact and the grind on my body really setting in. And that's when I really shifted gears. My motivation changed to take care of myself. And I realized prior to that I was training for sport. Now I train for life. I train to feel good. I want to be comfortable with my own skin. I want to be able to turn my head and not have pain. I want to be able to run up the stairs. I want to just feel like I can run down the street, even if I don't need to, right? Just the feeling of knowing I can gives me confidence as a human. Gives me, just when I'm with my daughter and we're walking by a body of water, just knowing if for any reason she fell in, I could jump in and save her and get her out. It's just that confidence, knowing that and feeling that is definitely what keeps me motivated. And it stems from that experience I put myself through of knowing what it feels like to not be physically able, physically fit. Feel good and mentally. I mean, I'm big on feeling good. I'm big on I'm a leader.
Okay, so we're getting that background and things like that. Again, with the text-based editing in Premiere Pro, it'll automatically take out all of those filler words, uhs, ums, likes. things like that. And okay, so I will pull from there also. Okay.
Okay. Well, I mean, physically, I've been up and down, right? I played football for 17 years, ran track. I was the 20th fastest sprinter in California in high school. I was all state running back in high school. Played basketball, college, played Canadian Football League. So my body is actually really banged up. I have a lot of wear and tear on my body. I remember when I stopped playing football after 17 years, I said, I don't want to work out for a year because I spent the majority of my life being forced.
Okay, so let's see. So we will start here. Oh, and again, right? Okay, so now that we've got in all of our things set up the way that we want them to be set up, and we got the framing and all that, we actually will not edit on this sequence either, right? So many different sequences, right? We won't edit from this sequence either. What we'll do is we will duplicate this one. We'll duplicate it, and we will say sequence, and then we'll say real one, personal motivation. Again, I'm really big on keeping the project file as organized as possible. That way I don't have to search for things. And if I want to find the one that's about personal motivations, I can just go to that one, and it won't be a whole huge thing. So find it quickly. So now I will double click on that, and I want to delete. I want to close the ones that I don't want to be accidentally editing in. And so I'll keep my guides up like this, make sure it stays intact. Let's go back to that text, and I'm typing in personal. Is it still type? Yeah, okay.
Well, I mean, physically, I've been up and down, right? I played football for 17 years.
Okay, so that's where we will start. Also, another big filler word that people use all of the time, and I mean like all of the time, is I mean. I use it all the time as well. I mean, it just comes out. It flows naturally. So if we want to just narrow in on that sequence, what we can do is we can take it and we'll do an in to out like this. That way, by toggling this, it'll actually automatically set the in point and out points on your timeline. So when you select your text, or select the text that you want to focus in on, it will do that. I believe. Maybe not. Oh, there it goes. Okay. So you see, it's automatically chosen down here. But that's not where we actually want to stop. So we want the full answer, and it'll show you who's talking in speaker 1 and speaker 2. Now it can be a little wonky when you're scrolling like this, so watch for that. It kind of jumps around a little bit. You have to be careful with the speed and how fast it's scrolling. So it ends there. And see, now I know where that answer begins and ends, and it's right there. Pretty long answer. So we can pull a lot of things from this one answer. a lot of things from this one answer. So I want to take that and I'll put it there. And so now that I know where my personal motivation answer is in this, I can go ahead and delete everything else from this sequence. That's why having that untouched sequence is so important, because you don't have to make same edits over and over and over and over again. Clear that in and out. Okay.
Well, I mean, physically, I've been up and down, right? I played football for 17 years.
So there it is. Now this is where we're starting. And really, I don't remember his answer being this long. I mean, it's just like a 7-minute answer. And so we got a bit of different things. We got some background. Okay, I accidentally got two. I got two answers in here, actually. I'm like, when I was reading or when I was doing this, I was like, I don't remember this answer being this long. That's why I got two separate, and actually they may tie in together. So this can be multiple reels. So, because I think the tie-in was also, or the next thing that I asked was about how he discovered that this was his purpose. Like he was walking in his purpose. How did he discover that? And he gave that answer as well. And so these can be multiple. When you're thinking about how can I repurpose my media for my clients, all of these things is this is how you do it. You can pull multiple answers from one answer, or multiple clips from one answer, because these reels are going to be 15 to 30 seconds. There has to be a lot of things happening within 15 to 30 second reel to maintain people's attention. And so if you can narrow this thing down to 15 seconds, that would be great. So check out this hack that I have found. And it is this. So once I have, and it's a little cheat code, so check this out. Once I have, actually, let me make sure I prep this thing to make sure y'all aren't seeing more than I'd like for you all to see. Let me make sure I go ahead and prep this thing. Right, great. So I've got it. Okay, terrific. So and we're gonna get there, trust me. All right. Okay, great. So if you use, whoa, that opened up over here. It's not supposed to. If you use ChatGPT, you can utilize ChatGPT in a way that will help you focus in on the parts of your script that will get you to that final product that you're looking for. So let's say I want this video to be 15 seconds and I want this to be a viral reel. And so I can copy my script, which is here. I can copy the transcript and go back to ChatGPT. And so from this point, I can say the prompt will be something like, you are an award-winning marketer who makes viral videos on Instagram. Okay, that's what I've programmed it to be. That's what I programmed ChatGPT to be. This is now I'll tell it what this is, what it's about to be pulling from, and what I need it to do. So this is a script this is a transcript from a video of a gym owner and personal trainer. We are making a video about his motivations about his motivations to be his motivations. Let's just say his motivations. How can we edit this transcript, this video transcript, to be a 15-second long video that will go viral? Oh wait, I need to stop it. Why do I need to stop it? Why do I need to stop this? Right, exactly. This is exactly it right here. It seems like you left the message blank. If you'd like, you can share the transcript or key lines you're considering. Exactly. So I need to go back and edit. Here is the transcript. Paste in that transcript. Will it paste? Okay, let's go back to Premiere. Let's copy it. Maybe it won't copy like this. We'll see. I think it will though. I think I've done it like this before. Oh, that's not what I wanted. Huh. Yeah, it's not copying like that. Okay. Copy. I guess the Command C doesn't do that automatically. So let's see. All right. Let's do this like this maybe. I've definitely done this before. Not sure why it's not working out right now. Let's go to Premiere. And maybe we have to do this. Nah. Okay, here we go. Maybe this is what we're missing. Let's see. Copy. Hopefully it works this time. Nope, it's not working. That's kind of annoying. Why not? Huh. It always has before. Y'all, we're going to figure this out. Copy. And then we are going to paste. Oh, okay. Now it's getting kind of annoying. Oh, that's not what I wanted to happen. All right, let's see. Maybe if we just do it line by line. That's going to be a lot. Kind of annoying, but we can do it. No big deal. If we're going to be using ChatGPT like this, we don't mind putting in the extra work. It's going to give us what we need, right? there. Then we need this one there. Then we need this one here. This one there. Little extra work. We don't mind it. Couple extra steps. There. Copy. There. And copy this one. Put that there. And I think we have one more. And let's put it there. All right, send it. It's a lot. Let's see what it does. Now I'm not sure. Let me see, because I think it took some basketball, football. I don't remember him saying. Oh wait. Oh, maybe it did. Okay. Football, track, basketball. Body was wrecked. Does it actually say that? Does he actually say that? Does he actually say that somewhere in here? Let's see. Wrecked. Does he actually say the word wrecked in here? I don't think so, right? Yeah, okay, so it ad-libbed a little bit. So we need to redo it. Don't edit the transcript. Pull the words directly from what I provided. Because I can't go in and change up his words. That's good, but put more emotion into it. Let's see what it does. Does he actually say that I spent 17 years grinding? I feel like I don't remember. I feel like I don't ever remember the word grinding. But maybe it is somewhere in here. Grinding. Yeah, it's not contact and the grind. It was the wear and tear. There's the contact and the grind. Okay. Let's see if I can pull. Okay, so put more emotion into it, but only use the text that I provided. Don't edit the transcript. Okay, let's see what it does. Let's see. Be comfortable. Okay, wait a minute. Okay. Okay, wait a second. See, we got there. We got there eventually. Let's see. Sense of purpose. Okay, so there it is. So look, you use ChatGPT. It's taking your transcript and it's gone through and it's found those emotional things, and you can tell it, hey, look, just use what I've provided. Don't edit it. Don't anything like that, because you've shot these things already. It's not like you can go back and, hey, look, I have this edited transcript of what you said. Instead, say this. No, ChatGPT, you can tell it to just use what I've given you. That way, there's no going back and forth. There's no telling it to do something else. Just use what I gave you, stick to that, and it will actually do that. Now it's your job to go through and actually piece together what it is that it's giving you. So now, whoa. So now let's do that. Let's do the part of the editing where we actually take what has been given to us here and piece it together. So we're gonna have to do some piecing. Okay, so let's do the piecing that we need to do. So ChatGPT told us that it says, I played football for 17 years, ran track, was one of the fastest sprinters in California. Okay. So we'll start off with, I played football for 17 years.
I played football for 17 years, ran track. I was the 20th fastest sprinter in California. In high school, I was all state.
I was 20th fastest sprinter in California. I was all state.
All state. Running back in high school. Played basketball. College, played Canadian Football League. So my body is actually really banged up.
Okay.
Banged up. I have a lot of wear and tear in my body. I remember when I stopped playing football after 17 years.
Okay, so we'll start it off just strong.
Well, I mean, physically, I've been up and down, right? I played.
So we'll start it off. I played football.
Football for 17 years, ran track. I was the 20th fastest sprinter in California.
And so that's where we'll stop. That's where we'll stop in the front.
For 17.
So, and you can actually tell it where you want to start. So I played football for 17 years in California. So if you toggle on that in and out point, it'll actually tell you exactly where those things start and where those things stop. So you can actually go ahead and just cut it there and cut it, and it'll also do that. So that's kind of annoying. It'll like jump, so you gotta take off the part actually that you want it, and that way it won't do those jumps. And you can stop it from following the active monitor. That way it won't do those jumps that can be kind of annoying actually. So now that you've gotten that, go ahead and delete that. So look, we've already started our edit. So now look, this is what we've gotten so far. These were just the in and out points.
I played football for 17 years, ran track. I was the 20th fastest sprinter in California.
So we've got that. Okay, so we've given the owner some background. Now the people who are watching know who they're watching. Oh, this guy was the 20th fastest sprinter in California. Wow, man, this is amazing. Okay, this is an athlete. And now, so we're going to transition from that point to the butt. My body is banged up. So
In California, in high school, I was all state. My body is so my body is actually really
so
banged up.
And so because in the version of the chat that ChatGPT gave us, it actually says but we didn't get that transition word. Unfortunately, we got so, which is okay. So is fine. One of the things that you'll discover about words just in general is that they do carry a lot of weight. And so when you want to be a little bit more emotional, a butt may feel a little bit more inflated, which is okay, or deflated, which is okay, a bit more reflective, like butt. Instead of an and is just kind of more accepting. But let's say you do want to give more emotion and want to the audience to have more of a feeling towards who they are viewing. A butt may be better to carry that emotional shift, that emotional weight that you're looking for. That's okay. We got a so, which is also a good transition. And he's talking about he was an athlete for a long time. He did a lot of running. He played football for 17 years, ran track. So after a while, body really banged up. That happens. I also was a 4-sport athlete. Football, basketball, baseball, and track. And I stopped when I was younger, but I remember a sore ankle, a sore knee. So we'll start at the so, and we'll delete the. We'll start at the so, and we'll take out the actually and the really, because we don't want to over dramatize it, right? We don't want to make him seem like he's like, like handicapped, and it's okay if you are handicapped, but he works on explosive movements. And so we want the people who are watching to not be discouraged by what they hear in the first 4 seconds of his video as well. So we want to keep that in mind as well.
Fastest sprinter in California. So my body is actually really banged up.
Okay.
My body is.
So we'll take out the actually and the really. We'll take out the actually and we'll take out the really, which means that we'll cut there and we'll cut there. Okay.
Body is banged up. I have a lot of weight. Body is banged up.
And all of these different cuts and things like that are fine. Why? Because it's a reel, which means that we'll want to keep our audience's eyes and ears engaged. So there'll be some quick cuts, there'll be some push-ins, some pull-outs, things like that.
I was the 20th, ran track for 17.
And so remember I told you that if you use the text-based editing in Premiere that it'll take out those filler words. Well, here's one filler word that we can take out right now. He said, and there was a pause there. So we can take out both of these things. So we can go here and just delete. Not all the filler words. We're not going to take out all the filler words right now. We're just going to take out the ones that we are at right now. Okay. Okay. So we did that.
Ran track. I was the 20th fastest sprinter in California. Years. Ran track. I was football for 17 years. Ran track. I was the 20th fastest sprinter in California. So my years. Ran track. I was the 20th fastest sprinter in California. So my body is banged up. I have a lot of wear and tear on my body.
So we won't have them say it twice. We'll just say the one part. Have them say the one part. So wear and tear on my body. Okay. Always be saving in Premiere Pro. Banged up. And says when I stopped, the pain hit hard. Now, I don't exactly remember him saying it just like that, but so we'll say when I stopped. Let's find that in the transcript. Forced to train, right? 6 a.m. Sorry to say, I just want to know what it feels like to not have to, and to probably 6 months in. Extreme knee pain, walked her upstairs. I couldn't turn my head, stiff, and experienced pain that I had never experienced, and it was wear and tear of contact on my body really setting in. And that's when I really shifted gears. My motivation changed to take care of myself, and I realized prior to that I was training for sport, and I want to be comfortable with my own skin. Okay, wait a second. So the ChatGPT did give us something that isn't actually in here. So it says, but my body is banged up. When I stopped, the pain hit hard. Let's see what happened in this part that wasn't as emotional. Play football for 17. My body was banged up. When I stopped, I felt pain like never before. Okay. So I can do, we can do that. I felt pain like never before when I stopped.
Tearing my body.
So when I stopped,
I have a lot of wear and tear. Is banged up.
okay, so
Banged up. And when I stopped. Banged up. And when I stopped. And when I stopped.
so he kind of said stop playing.
I stopped.
I think he said when I stopped playing football. I think that's what he said actually.
Stop playing football. After football. After playing football. And when I stopped.
So what you'll find sometimes in your edits is that some words carry into other words. We just flow. We get into our flow and we talk, and one word leads to another word, like stop playing, stop playing, stop playing, stop playing. So when I stop playing, so when I stop playing, so when I stop playing football, so when I stop playing football, stop playing. But it'll almost sound as though it's all one word, because in the stop and the playing, you may just use the P from the stop to say playing. So when I stop playing, so you'll get a word like that sometimes that you'll have to kind of edit a little bit and tweak. And fortunately enough, in a reel, it's going to be moving so fast and so quick, and there'll be so many different elements that you can kind of cover those things up with sounds and clicks and things like that. So we'll get to it.
Stop. When I stop. When I stop.
So when I stopped, let's see if there's another when I stopped. Okay, so there's one here, or there's only one of one. Let's see if there's another stopped though. Nope, just stop. Nope, just one. Okay, and that may be because we deleted it. Experience aware prior. Now I transfer. Okay, so it's fine. Let's see what we've gotten so far.
Fastest sprinter in California. So my body is banged up. When I stop, it's banged up.
And we can take all of this, drag it on over. What are we getting caught up on? I don't know. I have no idea what we're getting caught up on.
When I stop, up. When I stop, up. When I stop.
Okay, so we'll say when I stopped, and it says we're going into I felt pain like never before. Not seeing that here. Let's just do the felt pain. See what we got here. Felt pain. We're not getting anything there. Extreme knee pain upstairs. Sprinter, probably about 6 months in. Extreme knee pain. Okay, maybe I deleted something. Nope, I didn't. Forced to upstairs, contaminate, flame, experience pain that I never experienced. Okay, so he says I experienced pain. That's what he says. I experienced pain that I experienced pain that I had never experienced. There it is. Okay. Let's do the in and out of that. Yep. That's not what I wanted to do. I experienced pain. Come on, move. I had never experienced. Okay, that's all there. And the way that I am, actually, I can go ahead and lock this layer because I don't really need to be cutting into that at all. So I can just lock it. So we can take this and delete all of that. And then let's go ahead and shift it over like this.
When I stop, I experience pain. So my body is banged up. When I stop, I experience pain. When I stop,
so it's not supposed to be like this.
Playing football after 17 years, I experienced.
But I will do it like this.
17 years, I experienced pain that I had never experienced, and it was the wear and tear of just the contact. Well, after 17 years, I experienced pain that I had never experienced. So my body is banged up when I stopped playing football after 17 years. I experienced pain that I had never experienced.
So we'll use that, and we'll make that cut there at that when he takes his pause. As it when it comes to reels, you want to make them as quick as possible, as quick and as short as possible. Get to the meat and potatoes as fast as you can. That way you like, so this 0.3 seconds of pause is actually a lot that you can delete. And you will see that how after deleting these pauses like this, like 0.3 seconds here, 0.7 seconds here, how just taking all of those out can actually save you like 5-6 seconds. And if you can get those 5-6 seconds back, then not only will the audience thank you, but the algorithm will as well.
That I had never experienced.
And the beauty of shooting two cameras is you have two different cameras to switch back and forth from.
Experience pain that I had never experienced.
So let's go ahead and clear that in and out. And how are we doing on time, right? Why does it keep opening up over here? I don't understand. An hour and 22 minutes. Okay, we've been going for a good little while. Hello, great to have you here, Sarah James 01. Really appreciate you being here. Actually, let's go back, and I think we can. Let me see if I can. There we go. What's going on, Sarah James 01? Great to have you here. Thank you for being here. And so y'all, look, we're at four now. Amazing. All right, so let's get back into it. Actually, do I have that over here? Do I have my hype type over here? I think I do. Yeah. Oh, it is over here. Maybe I just didn't see it. What's going on? But so as it's saying, boom. Okay. So that we had never experienced. And so now, and also it just for everybody's information, I am still pulling from my ChatGPT, which is here. And actually I can put this into the same box as what's going on over here. That way I don't have to have two different boxes. So I played football for 17 years, ran track. My body was banged up. When I stopped, the pain hit hard. Really, I got that from this one. I felt pain like never before. He said I experienced pain that I had never experienced. That's when my motivation changed. I think he says that right after. I think he says that right here.
That's when I really shifted gears. My motivation changed to take care of myself. That's when I really shifted gears. My motivation changed. That's when I really shifted gears. That's when I really shifted gears. My motivation changed. I realized prior to that I was training for sport. Now I train for life.
Okay, so that's great. So let's see what it says here. Before, that's when my motivation changed. I was training for sport. Now I train for life. Okay, that's good. So I realized when I stopped the pit, I realized I was training for sport, but now
the content.
Okay, so
Lead a lot of people.
right, I didn't think that that was right, but that's what it was giving me. So I need to take from here.
And that's when I really shifted gears. My motivation changed. That's when I really. That's when. That's when I. That's when I. That's when I really shifted gears. My motivation changed.
So I'll take all of that because I don't want to make it too jumpy, too shifty. Um, and that's intentional. You don't like, yes, you want to be as concise as possible, but you also do want a smooth flowing video. Like let's not get away from the point of video editing. You do want this thing to be smooth. You don't want it to be choppy, choppy, choppy.
I had never experienced. That's when I really shifted gears. My motivation changed.
Motivation changed.
And I realized prior to that, I was training for sport. I realized prior to that, I realized.
So we can take out the prior to that. So we can say, I realized. So we can take out all of this that we're on right now. So
I realized prior. Here's my motivation. I realized
something happened.
motivation changed to take care of myself, and my motivation changed to take care of myself. Motivation changed to take care of my motivation experience. That's when I really shifted gears. My motivation changed to take experience. That's when I really shifted gears. My motivation really shifted gears. My motivation changed to take.
Oh, I see what I did wrong. I said that's when I really shifted gears. My motivation changed. That's what I actually wanted to do. But so if you make that mistake, you can always go back to where you cut and then just hit delete and it'll stitch it back up for you.
Motivation change to take.
So I'll say motivation change to take care of myself.
And I realized.
Yep. I realized. So we have I realized.
Change. I realized prior to that I was training for. Prior to that I was training for sport. Now I train for life. I realized prior to that I was training for.
Maybe I'll leave the prior to that.
Prior to that I was. To that I was. That I was. I was training. I was. I was. I was. I was training.
Let me see how that sounds. I may not keep it like this.
I was training. Change. I realized I was training. Change. I realized I was training.
I'll keep the prior to that. It's a little more. It's more words than we'd like there, but
prior to that I was.
But
I was training for sport. That I was training for sport. To that I was. Prior to that I was training. I realized prior to that. Change. I realized prior to that I was training.
So we can delete this little bit of. We can delete this little bit of space. And they don't even realize it's space, so we won't do it. We won't do it. Maybe a little extra. It's not that much.
I was training for sport.
Now this is a pretty big. I mean, what does it say? Five. How many seconds are we? How many seconds do we have of space here? Oh, we want to follow the active monitor. Yeah, let's do that. Come on.
Now
So 0.7 seconds. We can delete that 0.7 seconds. Let's get it out of there.
I realized prior to that I was training for sport. Now
I don't even know what it deleted, but
sport.
this is what I wanted it to be focused on. I don't know what's going on here or why my captions are acting all wonky now. Come on, catch up. What are we doing? Okay. What's it deleting?
Pain that I had never. I experienced pain that I had never experienced. Pain that I had never experienced. That's when I really shifted gears. My motivation changed. I realized prior to that I was training for sport.
Okay. So we can find this gap here, this space here, highlight it, and we can get it out of there. Let's go ahead and delete it. And normally it would delete by, okay, there we go. All right.
Sport. Now I train for life. I train to feel good.
Okay, so I train for life. That's good. I want to feel good, be comfortable in my own skin, be confident as a human.
Good. Now I train for life. I train to feel good. I want to be comfortable in my own skin. I want to be able to turn my head and not have pain.
So you won't add all of that. Be comfortable in my own skin, feel confident as a human.
Trains for life. I train to feel good. I want to be comfortable.
So we'll delete the which is there. Got a filler word.
I train to feel good. I want to be comfortable in my own skin. I want to be able to turn my head and not have pain. I want to be able to.
Why is this blinking? We don't need this to be blinking. We don't need to have anything selected right now. There we go.
Trains for life. I train to feel good. I want to be comfortable in my own skin. I want to be able to turn my head and not have pain. I want to be able to train to feel good. I want to be comfortable in my own skin.
Okay, be comfortable in my own skin. Let's cut there. And so once we cut here, we will comfortable in my own skin, be confident as a human. Let's find that. Be confident. Okay. Confident as a human. Okay. I know I just saw it. Here it is.
Just the feeling of knowing I can gives me confidence as a human. Gives me, just when I'm with my daughter, confidence. I can. The feeling of even if I don't need to, right? Just the feeling of knowing I can. Just the feeling of knowing I can. Feel good. I want to be comfortable in my own skin, right? Just the feeling of knowing I can, knowing I want to just feel like I can run down the street, even if I don't need to, right? Just feeling of knowing I can, even if I want the stairs.
Let's see how we can piece this together.
I want to just feel like I can run down the street, even if I don't need to, right? Just the feeling of knowing I can gives me confidence as a human. It's just that experience. I put my from that experience.
Let's see.
Knowing I can gives me confidence as a human. Just the feeling of knowing I can, feeling of knowing I can gives me to be comfortable with my own for life. To that I was training for sport. Now I train for life. I train to feel good. I want to be comfortable with my own skin. I want to be able to turn my head, not pain.
There. I've been up and down something. Let's see if there's a point here, because it doesn't actually say. I want to feel good, be confident, lead by example. Feel good, be confident, lead by example. Let's see. It says feel good, be confident, confident.
Gives me confidence. That confidence, knowing that and feeling that. It's just that confidence. It's just that confidence, knowing that and feeling that. Is definitely what keeps me motivated.
For some reason, I want to put in the part about the daughter. I mean, like, because if people who are watching this, they have daughters, something that they can relate to.
That confidence, knowing that and feeling that. I'm with my daughter and we're walking by a body of water, just knowing gives me just the feeling of knowing I can gives me confidence. Feel like I can run. I want to just feel like I can run down the street, even if I don't need to, right?
I'll add this part in.
I want to just feel like I can run down the street, even if I don't need to. I want to be able to run up the stairs. With my own skin. I want to be able to turn my head, not have pain. I want to be able to run up the stairs. I want to just feel like head, not have pain. I want to be able to run up the stairs. I want to just feel like I can run down the street. And I want to be able to turn my head, not have pain. I want to be able to turn my head, not have pain.
Maybe I will throw these in. Like, I know ChatGPT tells me not to, but I will though.
Stairs. I want to just feel like I can run down the street. I want to just.
But I will though. Because I'm thinking more so on the part of the person who's listening and they're like, man, I want to be able to do that too.
If I train to feel good, I want to be comfortable with my own skin. I want to be able to turn my head and not have pain. I want to just feel like I can run down the street. Feel like I can run down the street. Feel like I can run down the street, even if I don't need to, right? Just the feeling of knowing I can gives me the confidence. Need to run down the street, even if I don't need to.
And so it's here.
Just that confidence, knowing that and feeling that is definitely what keeps me motivated. That it's just that confidence.
So we'll pick it up here. Let's see.
That confidence, knowing that and feeling that is definitely what keeps me motivated.
So we cut a little too soon. So y'all know what we're gonna do. We're gonna go ahead and hit in, slide that over to the point that we actually wanted to end on, which is there.
Motivated, and it always.
And so let's end this thing on some emotion. Let's tie it back into our client. And lead by example and have purpose. I don't think they actually said. Let me see, have purpose.
Blessed to have the opportunity to be a leader and have purpose and be able to have an impact. So
So
it needs to be both. We need to walk it and talk it. So just to embrace that role I have and want to do it well, right? So in order to lead, you have to lead from the front, right? You can't lead. Stems from that experience I put myself through of knowing what it feels like to not be physically. I'm a leader. I lead a lot of people. Uh, I have and want to do it well, right? So in order to lead, you have to lead from the front, right? You can't lead vocally from the back. Walk it and talk it. So otherwise we get lost. So it's a sense of purpose that I embrace and I've hold dear to my heart. That I'm blessed to have the opportunity to be a leader and have purpose and be able to have an impact. So just being grateful for all those opportunities I'm blessed with keeps me motivated. That I embrace and I've which I feel like we should. That is definitely what keeps me motivated. And I have pain. I want to just feel like I can run down the street, even if I don't need to. That confidence, knowing that and feeling that is definitely what keeps me motivated. My heart that I'm blessed to have the opportunity to be a leader and have purpose, be able to have an impact. So just being grateful for all those opportunities I'm blessed with keeps me motivated. Otherwise we get lost. So it's a sense of purpose.
okay, so let's see if we can tie in all of these things. Um so I think he said that's what keeps me motivated.
What keeps me motivated. The sense of purpose that I embrace and I've hold dear to my heart. That I'm blessed to have the opportunity to be a leader and have purpose, and be able
Okay, so in our last one, he said,
that is definitely what keeps me motivated, and it stems from that.
okay, so motivated. Okay, so we have two motivateds. Okay, and here we said, um,
The sense of purpose that I embrace and I've hold dear. So
so all of that he said there hold dear to my heart. It's a sense of purpose, hold dear to my heart. I'll cut all of that because I'll piece that in somewhere else. And
that and feeling that is definitely confidence, knowing that and feeling that.
so
Purpose and be able to have an impact. So just being grateful for all those opportunities I'm blessed with keeps me motivated. Feeling that is definitely what keeps me motivated. It's knowing that and feeling that, even if I don't need to. That confidence, knowing that and feeling that.
I think I'll piece it in right here. I think this is going to make sense. I'm not positive. We'll see.
And feeling that, it's a sense of purpose that I embrace and I've hold dear to my heart. Is definitely what keeps me motivated. Is definitely what keeps me motivated, and it always hold dear to my heart. Is definitely what keeps me motivated. Sense of purpose that I embrace. That it's a sense of purpose that I embrace. And feeling that it's a sense of purpose that I embrace and I've hold dear to my heart. Purpose that I embrace and I've it's a sense of purpose that I embrace and I've hold dear. Purpose that I embrace and I've embrace and I've
And a lot of people drag in. I was talking to you all about those connecting words. A lot of people connect in ohms and filler words. So you got to get really tight in on those words.
and I hold dear to my heart is definitely hold dear and I hold dear to my heart is definitely dear to my heart is definitely what keeps me motivated. And feeling that it's a sense of purpose that I embrace and I hold dear to my heart is definitely what keeps me motivated. And feeling that it's a sense of purpose.
Now he said, I think I have it at the end here. He said it's definitely what keeps me motivated, but he said something else
For
though.
all those opportunities I'm blessed with keeps me motivated. I'm blessed with for all those opportunities. Just being grateful for all those opportunities I'm blessed with. So just being grateful for be able to have an impact. So be able to have an impact and have purpose, opportunity to be a leader, opportunity to be a leader, and the opportunity to be a leader and have purpose and be able to have an impact. So just being grateful to have the opportunity to have blessed to blessed to have the opportunity to be a leader and have purpose, the opportunity to be a leader and have purpose and be able to have an impact. So
So I think I can piece that in. I think these things that he's saying here will really tie in here, but I'm not positive. We'll see. Let's not get too excited yet.
It's a sense of purpose that I embrace and I hold dear to my heart. The opportunity to be a leader and have purpose and be able to have an impact. Be motivated to have an impact is definitely what keeps me motivated.
Okay, so I think all of that will make sense. I think, let's see.
Is definitely
We'll take out the
is definitely what keeps me motivated.
Okay, let's see what we've gotten. So that was just the rough cut. Okay, just a rough cut, and this is what we use to build on. So let's see what we've got. I think we've got something good here. I really do. Let's check it out. Let's drag this over. Hey, let's listen to it.
I played football for 17 years. Ran track. I was the 20th fastest sprinter in California. So my body is banged up. When I stopped playing football after 17 years, pain that I had never experienced.
Okay. Because what he actually
Experience pain. Experience pain. Years. I experienced years. I experienced pain. Years. I experienced years. I experienced years. I experienced.
Okay, we're getting close.
I experienced pain that I had never experienced. That's when I really shifted gears. My motivation changed. I realized prior to that I was training for sport. Now I train for life. I train to feel good. I want to be comfortable with my own skin. I want to be able to turn my head and not have pain. I want to just feel like I can run down the street, even if I don't need to. That confidence, knowing that and feeling that, it's a sense of purpose that I embrace and I hold dear to my heart. The opportunity to be a leader and have purpose and be able to have an impact is definitely what keeps me motivated.
That's great. I like it.
My heart, the opportunity to my heart, and I hold dear.
Now I don't know if we need to say dear to my heart. Let's see if they have that in there. I don't think I don't really need to put that in there.
Dear.
Just because if I made that edit and then it'll kind of seem forced. So let's just delete it.
The opportunity. The opportunity to be a leader and have purpose. To be a leader.
Be a leader, and so we'll cut these things.
Have purpose and
have purpose and
be able to have and be able to have an impact is definitely what keeps me motivated.
Great. Terrific.
Purpose that I embrace and I hold dear. The opportunity to be a leader and have purpose and be able to have an impact is definitely what keeps me motivated.
Terrific. Great. Okay, so y'all check it out. We got ourselves a reel. Y'all. So now this is what we will build off of. Now that we've gotten this part down, this is what we'll build off of. So everything after this is just background music and all of these other kinds of things. So let's watch it one more time just so y'all get a real sense of. And let's take off the. I'll take off the. Let's be sure to save always, and I'll take off the multicam view, and I'll even hide the layer here.
I played football for 17 years. Ran track. I was the 20th fastest sprinter.
So that's a little awkward. That little space there.
Ran track. I was the 20th, 17 years. Ran track. I was the 20th fastest sprinter in California. So my body. Ran track. I was the 20th fastest sprinter in California. So my body. Fastest sprinter.
So we'll take out that little bit of space there too, just because it's, I like y'all would be like, y'all are like, why are you taking out all these little tiny things? Believe it or not, those little tiny spaces really do add up. Even when he says I ran track, like we can, if we don't change cameras all the way, we can just push in a little bit and it'll make sense. But we don't need to.
Ran track. I was the 20th fastest sprinter in California. So my body is banged up when I stopped playing football after 17 years. I experienced pain that I had never experienced. That's when I really shifted gears. My motivation changed. I realized prior to that I was training for sport. Now I train.
And see all of these little things like that.
Sport. Now I train for life. I train to feel good. I want to be comfortable with my own skin. I want to be able to turn. I train to feel good. I want to be comfortable with my own skin. I train to.
Delete that little pause there, even though it's very tiny.
I train to feel good.
See how small that was? I don't even want that much out.
Train to feel good. I want to be comfortable with my own skin. I want to be able to turn my head and not have pain. I want to just feel like I can run down the street.
Even if I don't have to. Like that's a really good part. Because a lot of, and the reason why I put that in, ChatGPT didn't put it in, but ChatGPT isn't a human. And I want to, I don't, when I'm, the headspace that I'm in when I'm creating reels for other people, I want to please my client, but in reality, who I really want to please is the person that my client has told me that they want. And this is a person who trains people who may have been immobilized for whatever reason, or struggles with their mobility and things like that. Trains a lot of athletes, but those really transformational stories and those big stories are the ones that started from a place where they felt like they never walk again or be confident in their skin again. So I want to transform this video to resonate with, I want to listen with the ears of a person who wants to find someone who has felt what they felt and has transformed their life and now can guide me to get into that position as well. So I'm listening with those ears. That's who I'm listening as right now. And does this message do that for me? Does it keep me moving? Is it taking up a lot of my time with uhs and ums and some unnecessary pauses? Don't they know that I have very limited time right now and I have to go? That's what I'm listening for.
Played football for 17 years, ran track. I was the 20th fastest sprinter in California. So my body is banged up when I stopped playing football after 17 years. I experienced pain that I had never experienced. That's when I really shifted gears. My motivation changed. I realized prior to that I was training for sport. Now I train for life. I train to feel good. I want to be comfortable with my own skin. I want to be able to turn my head and not have pain. I want to just feel like I can run down the street even if I don't need to. That confidence.
So again, ChatGPT didn't add that part in, but as their viewer, yeah, I want to be able to, if I've been living like this, I want to be able to turn my neck and feel not feel pain anymore. I want to be able to run down the street even if I don't really need to. Wow, yeah, I want to be able to do that kind of stuff too. So adding in those human elements that ChatGPT may not give you is crucial. You have to use your discernment. Maybe you were shooting for a 15-second reel, but hey, if you push it over and go to like right now we're at 38 seconds and that reel connects with the target audience that you're looking for, then that extra 23 seconds may be worth it.
That I was training
And actually, we're at 36 seconds. So that extra 20 seconds may be worth it.
for sport. Now I train for life. I train to feel good. I want to be comfortable with my own skin. I want to be able to turn my head and not have pain. I want to just feel like I can run down the street, even if I don't need to. That confidence, knowing that and feeling that, it's a sense of purpose. Purpose that I embrace and I hold dear. The opportunity to be a leader and have purpose and be able to have an and have purpose.
So we don't need to say purpose twice.
Be able to have to be a leader and be able to have an impact is definitely what keeps me motivated. And feeling that, it's a sense of purpose that I embrace and I hold dear. The opportunity to be a leader and confidence, knowing that and feeling that, it's a sense of purpose that I embrace and I hold dear. The opportunity to be a leader and be able to have an impact is definitely what keeps me motivated. Opportunity to be a leader and be able to have an impact is definitely what keeps me motivated.
So actually, the question was, what keeps you motivated to stay fit? Like you, what keeps you motivated to stay fit? And so his answer was about leading by example. Yeah, lead by example. Like this is what I was doing. This is how I worked, and I just want to show that I can do it. So
If I don't need to, that confidence, that that confidence, knowing that and feeling that, it's a sense of purpose that I embrace and I hold dear. The opportunity to be a leader and be
so I think he does mention actually I just deleted everything now, so great, but that's the beauty of having an unused, unedited sequence that you can go back and reference, because I believe he does mention leading by example. So let's see if we can find that. Lead by no results. Leading. There it is. So
even leading by examples, even leading by examples, not front. Even leading by examples, even leading by examples, not doesn't always do right. It needs to be both. Leading by examples, the lead from the front. You have to lead from the front. Even leading by examples, not lead from the front. Even leading by examples, not doesn't always do right. Leading by examples, not doesn't always do right. It needs to be
I know what he's saying here,
leading by examples.
but I feel like I could take this and use it in the way that I feel would connect. So let me see. So here's one thing that you can do, and I'll show you how to do it. If you want to pull from an unedited sequence, you can do it like this. So I want to take that leading by example, and it's not giving me my markers. Oh wait, yes it is. I'm just very zoomed out. So leading by example, right? I can take this and I can actually copy it, paste it into the sequence where I want it to be, and then I can go back in and then click on those clips and those joining points where you actually don't want it to be edited. Click on them and just go ahead and hit delete, and it'll stitch everything back together. Now you have a neat and clean, unedited version that you could pull from. You could pull the part that you needed without having it destroyed.
Have an opportunity to be a leader. The opportunity to be a leader. Hold dear. The opportunity to be a leader and be able to have an impact.
So what does he say?
By example, leading by example, I hold dear, would have an impact, leader and be able to have an impact, leader and be able to hold dear the opportunity to be a leader and opportunity to be a leader and be able to have an impact is definitely what keeps and I hold dear the opportunity to be a leader. It's purpose that I embrace and I hold dear the opportunity to
The opportunity to, I kind of want to say lead by example. Mm. Um.
it's knowing that and feeling down the street, even if I don't need to. That confidence, knowing that and feeling that, it's a sense of purpose. Knowing that and feeling that, knowing that, it's knowing that I don't need to. That confidence, knowing that and feeling that.
So I feel like I can take from there and put in that lead by example somewhere around here.
Feeling that, leading by example. It's a sense of purpose that I embrace and I hold dear the opportunity. And feeling that, leading by example, it's a sense of purpose that I embrace and I hold dear the opportunity to be a leader and be able to have an impact is definitely what keeps me motivated. If I don't need to. That confidence, knowing that and feeling that, leading by example, it's a sense of purpose that I embrace and I hold dear the opportunity to be a leader and be able to have an impact is definitely what keeps me motivated. The purpose that I embrace and I hold dear the opportunity to be a leader and be able to have an impact is definitely what keeps me motivated.
I like that. I like that.
Even if I don't need to. That confidence, knowing that and feeling that, leading by example, it's a sense of purpose that I embrace.
I feel like I like this. I feel like this makes sense.
That, leading by example, it's a sense of purpose. It's a sense of it's a sense of purpose that I embrace. Leading by example, it's a sense of purpose. That and leading by example. And leading by example. Even leading by even leading by even leading by example. That or even leading by example. Feeling that or even leading by example. It's a sense of purpose. Even leading by example, it's a sense of purpose that I embrace and I hold dear the opportunity to be a leader. Not pain. I want to just feel like I can run down the street, even if I don't need to. That confidence, knowing that and feeling that, even leading by example, it's a sense of purpose that I embrace and I hold dear the opportunity to be a leader and be able to have an impact is definitely what keeps me motivated.
Now when he said it's definitely what keeps me motivated, I feel like there's another part where he says that and it was a little bit more flowing. And let's see. I feel like it was around. I can delete that leading. A sense of purpose, which keeps me.
I'm blessed with keeps me motivated. Being grateful for all those opportunities I'm blessed with keeps me motivated. Just being grateful for all those opportunities I'm blessed with keeps me motivated. Just being grateful for all those opportunities. Being grateful for all those opportunities I'm blessed with keeps me motivated. Being grateful for all those opportunities I'm blessed with keeps.
Actually, I think I like this ending a little more. And again, I do have to remember that this is a reel, but it's a reel that who knows? Maybe they will want to use it for a promo. You want to give people some flexibility. Let's see how this one feels.
And be able to have an impact is definitely what keeps me motivated.
Because here it kind of just feels like he was about to say something. It didn't feel like he was done there.
I'm blessed with keeps me motivated. For all those opportunities I'm blessed with keeps me motivated. Grateful for all those opportunities to have an impact. Being grateful for all those opportunities I'm blessed. Grateful for all those opportunities. Just being grateful for all those. Just being grateful for all those opportunities I'm blessed with keeps me motivated. Just being grateful for all those opportunities I'm blessed with to be a leader and be able to have an impact. Just being grateful for all those opportunities I'm blessed with. Just being grateful for all those opportunities I'm blessed with keeps me motivated.
Nah, too much. See, and sometimes you'll do a thing, you'll make an edit, and you're like, do I really need all that? And nope, don't.
Is definitely what keeps me motivated. Leader and be able to have an impact is definitely what keeps me motivated. Leader and be able to have an impact is definitely what keeps me motivated. Is definitely what keeps me motivated. He is banged up when I stopped playing football after.
And I want to make sure as soon as he
motivated. I played
like right after he says motivated, we want to straight into, because we're editing reels here. Let me not slouch here, be lazy. We're editing reels here, so let's remember that there's a looping factor that will happen. So as soon as he says motivated, we want to go. As soon as he says it, we want to make sure that video restarts, gets right back into the message. So let's look. So I'll show you. And a beautiful thing about Premiere Pro is that they have a feature, a looping feature, so you can actually see how your video will play actually on the platform. And so if you ever want to create those kind of videos where the beginning starts at the end, or where the end starts at the beginning, and so it creates creates a perfect loop, a perfect looping video. You can test that out using this feature in Premiere Pro. So right here, down here, and let me see if why does it keep doing this? I don't know. It just refuses to open up over here, and I don't know why that happens. But inside of Premiere Pro, there is this button right here, and it just loops the playback. Loop playback button. And so let's say you want to end your video off on a high note. You have all the emotion built up, and now you're ready to close that thing. You can see how it will perform before you actually go to post the video. So this is how this video would end, and this is how it would loop back.
Impact is definitely what keeps.
Something's happening. Oh, I need to close this down.
Definitely what keeps me motivated. I played football for 17 years. Ran track.
Right. So we're right back into the.
So my body is banged up when I stopped playing football after 17 years. I experienced pain that I had never experienced. That's when I really shifted gears. My motivation changed. I realized prior to that I was training for sport. Now I train for life. I train to feel good. I want to be comfortable with my own skin. I want to be able to turn my head and not have pain. I want to just feel like I can run down the street even if I don't need to. That confidence, knowing that and feeling that, even leading by example, it's a sense of purpose that I embrace and I hold dear. The opportunity to be a leader and be able to have an impact is definitely what keeps me motivated. I played football for 17 years, ran track. I was the 20th fastest sprinter in California. So my body is banged up. When I stopped playing football after 17 years, I experienced pain that I had never experienced. That's when I really shifted.
So I'm already knowing that I'm going to need, I'll either need to get a video of him playing football or some pictures of him in a track outfit or something like that. If he doesn't have any of those kinds of things, that's fine. I can also just find some
sense of purpose that I embrace and I
some stock footage.
The opportunity to be a leader and be able to have an impact is definitely what keeps me motivated. I played football for 17 years, ran track. I was the 20th.
Let's find any points that we feel like there's a little bit of a lull.
When I stopped playing football after 17 years, I experienced pain that I had never experienced. That's when I really shifted gears. My motivation changed. I realized prior to that I was training for sport. Now I train for life. I train to feel good. I want to be comfortable with my own skin. I want to be able to turn my head and not have pain. I want to just feel like I can run down the street even if I don't need to. That confidence, knowing that and feeling that, even leading by example, it's a sense of purpose. That street even if I don't need to. That confidence, knowing that and feeling that, even leading by example, it's a sense of purpose that I embrace and I hold dear. The opportunity to be a leader and be able to have an impact is definitely what keeps me motivated. I played football for 7 years. I train to feel good. I want to be comfortable with my own skin. I want to be able to turn my head and not have pain. I want to just feel like I can run down the street even if I don't need to. That confidence, knowing that and feeling that, even leading by example, it's a sense of purpose that I example, it's a sense of purpose that I embrace and I hold dear. The opportunity to be feeling that, run down the street even if I don't need to. That confidence, knowing that and feeling that, even leading by example, it's a sense of purpose that I embrace and I hold dear. The opportunity to be a leader and be able to have an impact is definitely what keeps me motivated. I embrace and I hold dear the opportunity to be a leader and be able to have an impact, even leading by example.
I wish that the leading by example part.
And leading by example, it's a sense of purpose. And leading by example, it's a sense of purpose.
Didn't have as much of a
leading by example, it's a sense of purpose that I embrace and I hold dear. The opportunity to be a leader and be able to have an impact is definitely what keeps me motivated. I played football for 17 years, ran track. I was the 20th fastest sprinter. Opportunity to be a leader and be able to have an impact is definitely what keeps me motivated. I played football.
Something about that ending I'm not loving. I can't really put my finger on it just yet. I'm trying to figure out what it is.
The opportunity to be a leader and be able to have an impact is that I embrace. Leading by example, it's a sense of purpose, the opportunity to be a leader and be feeling that, leading by example.
So maybe I don't need the leading by example part.
Feeling that, it's a sense of purpose that I embrace and I hold dear. The opportunity to be a leader and be able to have an impact is definitely what keeps me motivated.
So and have an impact. Confident, keeps me motivated, and how I train. Feel good, be confident, lead by example, and have purpose. What if I said, let's bring the lead by example back in. And instead of saying be a leader, instead say lead by example.
The opportunity, and I hold dear the opportunity to be a leader and be able to have opportunity to
To lead by example. Let's see how that fits in. Let's shift this stuff over a little bit. Lock that down. The tone switches a little bit, which is kind of annoying.
to leading by example. To leading by opportunity, dear the opportunity, dear the opportunity to leading by example. Be able to have an impact. Be able to have an impact. Is definitely to leading by example. To be a leader and be able to have an impact. And I hold dear the if I need to. That confidence, knowing that and feeling that, it's a sense of purpose that I embrace and I hold dear. The opportunity to be a leader and be able to have an impact is definitely what keeps me motivated. Leading by example. I played football for 17 years, ran track. I was the 20th fastest sprinter in California.
Huh.
Motivated, leading by example.
Wait a minute. Okay, so this is where that infinite loop might actually work. So
Motivated, leading by example. I played football for 17 years, ran track. I was the 20th fastest sprinter in California. Have an impact is definitely what keeps me motivated. Leading by example. I played football for 17 years, ran track. I was what keeps me motivated. Leading motivated. Leading by leading by.
So there's a tiny bit that I want out.
Leading by example. I played football for 17 years, ran track. I was the 20th fastest sprinter in California.
So what if we end it? That's what keeps me motivated. Leading by example.
I played football for 17 years, ran track. I was the 20th fastest sprinter in California. So my body is banged up when I stopped playing football after 17 years. I experienced pain that I had never experienced. That's when I really shifted gears. My motivation changed. I realized prior to that I was training for sport. Now I train for life. I train to feel good. I want to be comfortable with my own skin. I want to be able to turn my head and not have pain. I want to just feel like I can run down the street even if I don't need to. That confidence, knowing that and feeling that, it's a sense of purpose that I embrace and I hold dear. The opportunity to be a leader and be able to have an impact is definitely what keeps me motivated. Leading by example. I played football for 17 years, ran track. I was the 20th fastest sprinter in California. So my body is banged up when I stopped playing football after 17 years. I experienced pain that I had never experienced. That's when I really shifted gears. My motivation changed. I realized prior to that I was training for sport. Now I train for life. I train to feel good. I want to be comfortable with my own skin. I want to be able to turn my head and not have pain. I want to just feel like I can run down the street even if I don't need to. That confidence, knowing that and feeling that, it's a sense of purpose that I embrace and I hold dear. The opportunity to be a leader and be able to have an impact is definitely what keeps me motivated. Leading by example. I played football for 17 years, ran leading by example. I played football for 17 years, ran track. I was the 20th.
Leading by example.
I played.
Leading by example. Leading by example.
I played.
Leading by example. Leading by example. Okay, this is one of those finish is better than perfect kind of situations.
Examples, I played football for 17 years, ran track. I was the 20th fastest sprinter in California. Definitely what keeps me motivated. Leading by examples. I played football for 17 years, ran track. I was the 20th. Be a leader and be able to have an impact is definitely what keeps me motivated. Leading by example. I played football for 17 years, ran track. I was the 20th fastest sprinter in California. So my body is banged up when I stopped playing football after 17 years. I experienced pain that I had never experienced. That's when I really shifted gears. My motivation changed. I realized prior to that I was training for sport. Now I train for life. I train to feel good. I want to be comfortable with my own skin. I want to be able to turn my head and not have pain. I want to just feel like I can run down the street even if I don't need to. That confidence, knowing that and feeling that, it's a sense of purpose that I embrace and I hold dear. The opportunity to be a leader and be able to have an impact is definitely what keeps me motivated. Leading by examples. I played football for 17 years.
Yeah, maybe that part isn't necessary, but we can test it out. We can test out a couple of different things, because at the same time, you do also want to respect your client. And what he was actually saying in that sentence was that sometimes leading by example doesn't really do it. Like, you have to lead from the front. You have to be there. Like, sure, sometimes leading by example works for some people, but for a lot of people, they need you there. And so actually being there and being in front of them and, hey, let's do this thing, and I'm going to do it with you. That can be the best way to do things for a lot of people. Actually being there, being in front of them, leading, not just leading with your voice, but leading with your actions. So I'm gonna respect what his actual use of that was, instead of taking what I want from it, because I don't even think it's really necessary. Kind of repetitive. So yeah.
I played football for 17 years, ran track. I was the 20th fastest sprinter in California. So my body is banged up when I stopped playing football after 17 years. I experienced pain that I had never experienced. That's when I really shifted gears. My motivation changed. I realized prior to that I was training for sport. Now I train for life. I train to feel good. I want to be comfortable with my own skin. I want to be able to turn my head and not have pain. I want to just feel like I can run down the street even if I don't need to. That confidence, knowing that and feeling that, it's a sense of purpose that I embrace and I hold dear. The opportunity to be a leader and be able to have an impact is definitely what keeps me motivated. I played football for 17 years.
Nice. Track. I like it. I like it, y'all. I like it a lot. So this is our job. Okay, once again. All right. So this is our job. Not doing exactly what it is that we feel like would be the best thing possible, but let's honor our client, number one, what they were saying. And if you feel like you can manipulate a thing in a way that will be conducive to the message getting out there, great, throw it in there. But in this case, it was kind of unnecessary. And so I just left it out. And so this is where we will end for today. I am Jonathan Smith with Giant D Smitty Productions. Really, really enjoyed being here with you all today. All of you video editors, thank you for joining me in this exploration of Premiere Pro and taking a long form video and breaking it down into it. Right now we're at 35 seconds into a 35-second video. And just how we can repurpose content like this for our clients to ensure that they're reaching the right targets and they're reaching the right audience and they're getting their message out there to the people who need it the most. So thank you for being here, and I will see you all at the next live edit. Peace out. Have an amazing night. Goodbye.